Hi, this is Jaya. In this video, we shall see the summary of Unpacking My Library by Walter Benjamin. Benjamin has written this essay while he was unpacking his books from his library. He was about 40 years at that time and he divorced his wife, so he had to move from his place. At that time, he was unpacking the books from his library and he had a collection of nearly 2000 books in the library. And therefore, in this essay, he expresses his intention to talk about his own collection in the library. He says, there is a tension between the extremes of order and disorder which characterizes the life of a collector. Here is a book collector. Such a life also has its own magical side because the collector mingles the temperaments of childhood and old age. And he speculates about writing books oneself if one cannot afford to buy them. He also quotes the humorous retort of the French man of letters, Anatole France, who, when asked if he had read all the books in his library, said, "Not 1/10 of them. I don't suppose you use your service china every day." Service was an unusually costly, ornate, and highly priced type of porcelain, and therefore he said, "You will buy a very costly dish, that is a porcelain plate or something, but since it is very costly, you will think about using it every day. In the same way, you will be buying books, but how many of us complete reading all the books is definitely a big question. And he also opens with a Latin proverb, books have their destinies. And he says about the concept of the book collector and his personality. Because just like how all of us have a destiny, he says books also have a destiny. And that destiny only will allow them to be read by others. And he says to a collector, catalogs are more important than book dealers. And Benjamin himself is an avid discriminating collector of children's books. And he says book acquisition is not merely a matter of money or expertise, it also requires a flair. And he says only when you have a flair, you will know which book to choose and buy. And he talks about the auction which requires other talents such as keeping a keen eye on one's competitors. And Benjamin exemplifies this point with an anecdote about how he acquired a novel by the French writer Honoré de Balzac entitled The Skin of Sorrow. He then recollects another auction incident in which he outsmarted an aggressive competitor by not making a bid at all. Instead, he acquired the book he wanted several days later without any difficulty. And he acknowledges that collecting is a passionate, even compulsive activity that leads its practitioners to the brink of chaos. For Benjamin, such a disorder is the welter of memories that surge up when he recalls where and when he acquired various books. And he also says that he is a fervent bibliophile. For him, books and the acquisition assumed quasi-magical properties. Touches of whimsy and humor are sprinkled throughout the essay, as in the references to Jean-Paul Little schoolmaster wits and to the sharp retort of writer Anatole France about service porcelain. And in conclusion, he recalls cities in which he has acquired books. And he also lyrically praises the life of the collector as bliss. The best thing in this essay is he is able to recollect about how he acquired most of the books. There are more than 2000 books, but he is able to recollect why, when, and where he purchased or acquired those books. And he says that plays a major part when you are a collector because your memory is so sharp that you can remember all this. It's a beautiful essay. If you have anything more to add on to what I've said, please write it in the comment box. Like the video, share it with your friends, and if you have not subscribed my channel, please subscribe and support. Thank you.